Alright guys, we're down here in the dungeon. We're going to mess with this it's a Bilt 4-cycle. According to the sticker, it's from 2000. Well, it doesn't give a definite year. It just says 2000 up for the EPA regulations. So not exactly what year it really is. It just from 2000 up. So this is one of them that a co-worker picked up, and the obvious things we've seen first was fuel lines were gone. Yeah, the primer ball is rock hard. So we try to just address that. I got a couple primer balls that was in that kit that we bought for that other weed eater. I think might have enough lines. These holes are both the same size instead of one being small and one being larger. They are the same diameter, so I think I might have just enough left to do it, and hopefully one of the primer balls will fit it. That thing, there is no compressing it. It's rock hard, so it's going to have to be swapped out. And other than that, it's complete. It's a straight shaft. It's got the Easy Link, excuse me, the Easy Link setup on it, where you can unhook it to put other attachments on it. So we'll get the camera set up and we'll get started on it. So hopefully this one runs. The blower that we had, I messed with it a little bit, and it's definitely got some problems. So we'll see what we need for this one here to get it apart. It looks like it's only, from what I can tell, it looks like it's one screw. This one takes, excuse me, it's got the one screw. You can use a flathead or a star bit. We already got the star bit out, so we'll get that out of the way. So that takes care of the tank. Pretty easy removal. And it's got stone and some busted line down in it, so just leave the lid on it for now. Now the air filter, that thing, I'm going to try to wash it out with some Dawn dishwashing liquid. If it doesn't bust it, this thing, for whatever reason, is you can see it on my fingers. It's there you go. This thing is oil drenched. So I don't know what brought that on, but that sucker is coated in oil. And I know a lot of people like to give their filters a little bit of a coat, but I don't know if you can tell on the camera or not, but the whole inside of the kit, this thing is just drenched in oil. So we'll have to address that. Maybe just buy a new one for it. Something, I don't know. I'm sure Home Depot, one of them's probably got one for it if you can't get it to come clean. But we'll get it together and I'll try to fire it up without it. And let's see, so we got the tank off. Now, I'll get this one, you guys can see it without dropping it. Primer ball, hopefully it'll fit it. Let's see what we got here. Looks like it's just 4 Phillips screws. And I should have it on here somewhere. Flathead. Flathead. Alright, find a screwdriver real quick. I thought I had one, I guess not. Alright, here we go. I'm hoping one of these will fit it. Got a couple. And then there's a couple old carburetors down here that have some on it, so between one of these and there's 1 or 2 old carbs there. Hopefully something will fit. And all you got is the 4 screws here. Pretty basic setup. Good thing we don't have to, well, at least so far, We don't have to take the whole carb off or anything. So the way this one's set up, I think once the screws come out, this whole black piece and all is going to try to come off, the plastic. So I'll try to get the primer ball out without separating all that, because it's try to keep from gasket. I'm sure there's one there. It sucked to destroy it. There we go. All loose. All right. Oh yeah, it's coming right loose on its own. Good. So then all you got is it just pops through, just like that. Pops right out. And that thing is rock hard. I can't believe it doesn't have any cracks, which has been where it was left setting. Oh, we got lucky. We got a winner. So your new one, you just take your metal piece where the indentation is, same way you took it off, it just goes, just slide it in. Make sure it's in good and tight. And make sure I put it the right way. Ooh, maybe it don't fit. Maybe it's just where that one shrunk. Nope. Maybe I will have to try a different one. Yes, it is larger. You can see there, the original one, the lip here on the outside, the diameter is different. And I don't think I have one that small. I'm afraid to put this one back on because I mean it's pretty. Yeah, there it is. It just split. See, that thing's rock hard. Right, see what we've got over here in the parts department. One carb. I thought I had more than that. What about in here? Nope. Looks like we might be out of luck on that. Alright, so we're going to have to get a primer ball, so let's at least get the fuel lines ran, so I can get the fuel lines on it at least, get the tank on, the fuel lines on, and then I'll have to go pick up a primer ball for it. No big deal. Alright, let's get this stuff out of the tank. And let me see here. There we go. That kind of sucks. Let's see what we got here. Oh wow, this thing has been sitting for a really long time. Is it? Yep, that's it. It actually has, if there's enough light for you guys to see that, it's pretty dim down here. This thing actually has rust on it. Look at that, how brittle that line is. So, it's a good thing we've got a couple new stones anyway. So we can be able to reuse that one, because it's in the tank's clean. Well, that's a good thing at least. So we have to save the screws and that, and I'll just take that one with me and match it up at Home Depot. So try to get these lines in as usual. Oh, there they are. Cutters. Cutter at a nice angle. There we go. Oh, crap. There we go. It's kind of odd it's rusted in there like that. Alright. Get her down in there. That one actually went pretty easy. Hope that doesn't mean it's going to leak. The bad thing is I don't think I can reach in there to pull it down with anything, so we're going to have to hopefully get it to slide. Which it's sliding, actually it's sliding pretty good, so there we go. That's bottom. So if we have it up here, we can kind of figure out how long we need it. Now, come on. Everything's always got a forest. So, that should be good on either one of them. So we'll give it just a little bit of extra just to make sure it reaches. So it takes care of that one. And I'm hoping we have enough line for the other one. I'm going to have to get it to come up and around to be able to get that stone on it. So that might be a trick. It's going. Actually, I better check and see. Yeah. Well, she's going alright. Oh yeah, plenty to spare so far. Just going to run it way down in so I can try to get hold of that line and pull it up and get a new stone put in place. Get about another inch or two. Okay, it curled around on its own, so let's see if we can reach it. Oh yeah. First shot, that was luck. Just have to get it to go down some more and it's probably gonna have to go way down actually to be able to pull it up and out of the gas lid there. Yeah, okay, we'll be able to snatch it. So we're just going to run it way down. Alright, let's see if we can get a hold of that and pull it up. Yes, sir. Maybe. Come on. It's curved on me. There we go. Now that it's out, cut it off, flush that new stone out. Brand new. So there we go. Get that on there. Push and twist. There it is. Just drop that down in your tank. You'll be able to pull the access. Down far enough, yeah. So it's laying flat. So we're good. Okay, so with this one, I should be able to mount the tank. Yeah, so we'll be able to mount the tank and still have access to the primer ball. Make sure you guys can see. Yeah. Yep. Actually, we still have extra. Cool. Extra line. What the heck is that? There we go. Alright, takes care of the tank. And as you can see, it has the regular oil jug there, and I don't think it has any in it. Just a little bit. Remember the 4 cycles, they have their own oil canister, and then you put unleaded gas in the tank. So I think if I can reach it, I might pull that stone down in there a little bit farther. Oh yeah, there we go. That's better. So the only problem I got, if we put these on now, then you're going to be fighting with it to where the primer ball goes. You'll be fighting with the lines with the screwdriver, you know, to get it. Well, maybe not. We'll go ahead and do it. Let's see what we got. Okay. One and two. Now we'll see. We'll see if we can access. Yeah, I guess so. So it'll be all right. We'll be able to get the primer ball in, and be able to do it up. So it takes care of that. So now I'll have to go tomorrow, get the primer ball for it. I thought for sure I had one, but I reckon not. Let me double check real quick. No, I don't have one in there. This one's definitely too big, I believe. Yep, it's like the red ones. And that one doesn't have one. And 2 carburetors. No primer ball. Alright, so tomorrow, after work, I will swing by Home Depot on the way home. I got one on the way home, so we'll swing by on the way home and get that primer ball picked up, and we'll pick it up from there. Alright guys, so just got back from Lowe's. Home Depot didn't have what I needed, so we just swung by Lowe's. It's just right down the street from there. We ended up picking up, see if I can get this thing to swing down, I'll show you. They didn't have just the single ball itself. I was hoping to find one just the size we needed. Of course, that thing, it got busted all to pieces being in my pocket. And it's rock hard. So it's done, but they had the new one. I mean, they're easy how they go in. It's, you know, they just pop right in. Just gonna make sure they're in nice and tight. But as a variety pack, came with 3 different size balls, which, you know, I'll use those 2 on something else eventually, so it's no big deal. And had the plug that was in it. I don't have one that style, and so I went ahead and closest one they had. Went ahead and picked one up. The only difference is it's a little bit, it's just not as long as the one that was in it. But so we'll go ahead and put a new plug in it too. But for the primer ball and the plug, it was with tax $18.65. It's crazy. 3 primer balls, $11.98, and $5.99 for a spark plug. On a 68-cent donation to Red Cross. But anyway, $18.65, and so hey, well, actually we rounded up and just made it an even 20 with the donation. But anyway, 20 bucks to fix it, you know, not bad. Can't complain about that. So we'll get this up here and we'll put the get the primer ball put in here. I probably should have waited and done this before I'd done the lines, but it's all good. So we'll just move them to the side. It's definitely a much tighter fit. Get a little screw started so it doesn't fall. I figure 20 bucks. I mean, it's not bad. Considering, you know, $20, he's only got $20 wrapped up in this weed eater so far, so can't beat that. Now, the one thing I did look for was a new air filter for it since I was there. And they didn't, as far as weed eaters go on the air filters, and they didn't have a very good selection at all. So I'll have to take that one as long as everything runs good. These, I do a crisscross pattern on them just to try to make sure they're going on flush. But so we'll try to get it fired up without the air filter on it, and as long as it runs good, then we'll worry about an air filter. At least try to wash this one out, I reckon. Not far from getting her, trying to get her fired up. My neighbor's going to love it, considering it's like 9 o'clock at night. I think we're good. That's all there is to it. You got, if you can see them, but you only got this one, and there's different styles, but this one you just got the 4 screws. Metal comes off, put the new ball on, reassemble the same way. Yeah, buddy. Alright, so what's that leave? The new plug. Get that put in. Should go in nice and easy. It's definitely a weird shaped plug, but figured, hey, even if this thing doesn't want to run, come across another one, at least I have a new plug for it. Get down on there. Get her started real good. I'm going to take a chance of cross threading. There we go. I think. was hitting the casing. That's why I felt like it was in there. Socket's a little too thick. There we go. Plug's a little shorter than the one that was in it, but it is working. That one's just saturated. Smells like burnt motor oil. So let's go ahead and leave that out, and let's get head oil in it. So all we got to do is get some gas in her. Give her a few primes once we get it out there, and fingers crossed it'll run. Alright, get this thing out of the dungeon and out into the backyard, and we'll see if she runs. Alright, here we go. Haven't put no gas in it yet. I can see the whole thing, straight shaft. Oh, whew. Straight shaft, 4 cycle. So we'll get some fuel in her and see what happens. And freaking mutts. Look at him. Ugh. What you doing, meathead? Yeah, it should be plenty. Don't put too much in it. I'll end up having to drain it all back out anyway if it runs. Get ready for winter. Hopefully she runs. About to find out. Cap back on her. Shame it's dark out. Alright, let's try this primer out. There we go. Starting to suck the gas up now. Well, it was. Come on. Don't make a liar out of me. There we go, now it's getting up to the ball. There we go. I think we're good. Now, can't see to choke the daggone thing. Alright, let's try it. Hope I didn't flood it. Uh-oh. Let's back that choke off some. And hell, let's open it up. Seems to run good, so I had right there the shaft separate. I had it in 2 pieces, put it back on, so I may not have put it back on and actually hit the throttle. The spool's not wanting to turn, so it's either something's wrong there, may not be engaged, and I don't know. Let's see. Together easiest. Yeah, it's snapping together. Unless the, was it clutch mechanism or whatever? pin. See what we got. Well, that end's good. Doesn't look rounded out. Let's try this. Hate to look down at it while it's running, but she's turning. Looks like it might be disengaged from the engine itself. That or it's just hooked. Let's try it again. It sounds like it's, I think something's up in here. I don't think it's setting right. Yeah, you can hear it. I don't think the cable's fully engaging. So the good part about this is it runs. So we got new plug in it, new fuel lines, fuel ball, and all that. So it's basically got a new tune-up minus the air filter. So I have to get it back down into the dungeon down there, and we'll get the front half of it apart and see what's going on with the cable. All right, back to it. Well, definitely found the problem. Wasn't that the cable wasn't seating right, the cable was actually snapped. This cover has the two shafts separated right now, make it a little easier to work on. The front piece is just 4 screws. It just sets on like this. You got a screw here, 2 in the top and 2 in the bottom, and it slides off. Now the problem we got here is the cable is actually snapped. Right there where it slides in, it goes down through the shaft here, where your throttle trigger and all that is. It goes down through the shaft and hooks up into the front right here. So to get this thing operational, it's going to have a new cable. That I don't have. I don't even have a clue. This is the first one I've ever ran into that's had this problem. So I don't even know how much a shaft is for one of these. And I only have one other split shaft weed eater, and it runs great. So I can't use it for parts. It's actually the Craftsman version of this, I think. And so it's kind of a win. At least we figured out, we got the plug in it, fuel lines, primer ball. The engine itself runs great. And we're just going to have to figure out how to get one of these. So I have to do some looking around online, and we'll make that a part 2 on how to do all that. Which, it's definitely not rocket science. It should slide right out. Let me get this over here where I can get the cable out. Just tilt the shaft down. Cable slides right out. So here's your cable. That's what the end looks like. That the other end of the shaft slides into, has the male end that slides into here. This is the piece where it broke. It's supposed to be hooked on right there. You know, then it slides in here, down through the shaft, hooks into here. Then you put your other end on, or you unhook it, put in your other attachment. So right now we're kind of out of luck. But the engine does run great. So this one, it's not exactly a fail, but it's definitely not a win at this point in time, I guess. I'll have to see how much the part is and how much they're willing to put into it. Because it's great weed eater, hell, it runs good. But I'll do some digging around online, and I'm sure that piece of cable is probably not the cheapest thing in the world to be buying. Just going to put the screws back in here so they don't get lost. But you never know. You know, you get on eBay, Amazon, something like that, you might be able to find it pretty cheap. Maybe get lucky, and it's even if it's 20 bucks, and you know, even if it's $20, then you know, you got 40 bucks and a 4-cycle weed eater that's going to run great. So with that said, I guess we'll kind of make this part 1, I reckon. If they're willing to put the money in it, then there will be a part 2. If they don't, then I'll see if I can talk them out of it and just do it myself, I guess. But we'll see you then. So we're going to make this a part 1, and kind of, I don't know, kind of a win, kind of a fail. At least we know now what's wrong with it. It is an easy fix. So we'll catch you on the next one. Thanks for watching, and make sure you subscribe, share, pass it on so we get this channel going. And we'll track a cable down. Thanks for watching.